Welcome to a game between Godde in the blue with spiders versus Izirayd in the red with, you guessed it, spiders. Okay, so this is actually both players are spawning near a crate which has quite a decent amount of reclaim, which could be useful for early expansion or for early aggression, of course. Both players are starting out with a couple of fleas, although Godde did go for a weaver a little earlier. So what are these fleas going to do? For now they aren't really going to do a lot against enemy bases, because of course mainly scout, and because the commanders are still close enough, the fleas will be shot down before they can actually do anything. And as I said, cleaning up the crate early on. Godde did the same thing and is now going to expand into wind. Of course, nice and high up, so wind will be able to do quite a decent amount over there. And Izirayd is doing the same thing, just a little bit earlier than they had the crate cleaned up. A couple of fleas attacking each other now, and looks like Godde did actually get the better of the engagement. Although of course reinforcement for Izirayd are really close, so most of the fleas, if not all, will be cleaned up really quickly now for Godde. And let's see if they are going to do anything else in a little bit. For now they're mainly just going for fleas, and I wouldn't even hate it. If someone actually went for something like a venom. They are slightly more expensive, I believe, than they were a little bit ago. I believe they were 180 and now they are 200. Although I'm not completely sure about that. But yeah, if they do go for that, then I'm pretty sure those are longer range and one-shot fleas. So that could be really worthwhile. Also, right now, according to the attrition counter, Izirayd has taken the better engagement a little bit. Mainly because he is keeping his units a little bit more clumped up than Godde is. At least that's what I feel like is the reason. Is he going to lose the weaver? He could, because he doesn't have a lot of fleas in close. Enough though. Yep, and fleas did not change target, so the weaver will survive. Will the weaver survive against that force? Not sure. What do we have here? Will the plate be killed? Well, here there are not a lot of fleas, just 4 of them. Wind goes down, changing target to the fleas, okay. So I didn't exactly focus fire on the wind turbines, and yep, most of the economy goes down, or at least a good part of the economy. So that was like 6 or 7 wind generators, something like that. Over here though, weaver did go down, did not get the metal extractor up, but now these fleas will probably be taken down after taking down the metal extractor. And yes, almost all will. Why did you not take this one down? Is that because he's in the water and you need sonar for that? Not sure. He could become really annoying a little bit later on, but not right now. Anyways, we have currently got just fleas for Izirayd. We've got a fight over here which I wasn't paying attention to. And we've got weavers and fleas for Godde. That means that neither player is switching out yet. Even though, well, I personally probably would have. Just because the amount of fleas you have in this ball, like that's 10 fleas, more than that. I think there are units that could take those down relatively cost efficiently without being too expensive or too slow. That's the problem, of course, with the red pack. the riot that it's quite slow, so yes, it is a counter to the fleas. and it is able to take them down cost efficiently, but it's just too slow. You can just maneuver around them with your fleas. While, as I said, the Venom, hey, which Izirayd is actually switching into, I call it, yes, I finally got something right, is relatively quick. Not as quick as the fleas, of course, but still relatively quick. So, and because they're not too expensive, you can get a decent mass of them as well. Also, here fleas will probably be taken down by either Lotus or enemy fleas after taking down the metal extractor, or before. That will be a before. It was largely dependent on if Godde moved in with his fleas, which he did. Alright, a Widow, are you planning to take down the enemy commander? Okay, I mean it is over here. So, well, Widow, what will you do? Will you in fact take down the enemy commander, is the question. To be honest, I don't know if you will be able to. It's quite a difficult task, especially against a player of the caliber of Godde. Nice to have your Venoms with them then, because of course those also stun. So then you can just perma-stun the commander, but there are decent defenses over here. Still 10 fleas around him. And hey, that's the annoying flea. Alright. So flea goes to the other side again, and I don't think it's going to do anything too important, but it will scout what the enemy commander is doing. Okay, we've got a recluse over here, which will take down these defenses. Also does scout the fleas here, which don't scout the Widow. All of these fleas, oh, that's not good. Izirayd, why do you have storage? You shouldn't have storage, because that means you're going to lose metal and energy. No, in this case maybe you didn't, because you had enough storage in your commander. Not completely sure. And yes, the flea does go down in the end. Alright. And Godde also has got some Venoms up by now. Didn't actually spot the switch. Venoms here, still a lot of fleas there. Izirayd's economy does seem better for, well, did seem better for metal, but not nearly as good in energy, even though he was the person who raided the wind generation a lot earlier on. Also, Izirayd is now taking worse engagements, or at least getting the worst result. So yes, the expansion for Izirayd is quite alright, but maybe not enough. I mean, you're not spending your metal, and actually that's the thing, this was of course Izirayd, but I was looking at Godde's, not sure why, so he may have indeed lost like 500 metal. So then, fleas are moving out on the left, fleas are moving out on the right. Assault Recluse, not sure if I really agree with the combination. Also, that is your commander. Alright, what can these fleas do? They can probably do a lot. There are no defenses, well, no static defenses over there. Only one Lotus over there. Not sure what you can do in Izirayd's position. This economy will be taken down before you can react. Well, that's what I thought. Apparently just the metal extractor. Commander not stunned yet, nothing. Okay, why double click there? What are you sending there? Because I expect that to be a misclick. Alright, so now Venoms are moving in, will stun the Lotus, are trying to stun the Hermit, and well, a lot of Venoms coming in for Izirayd as well, so these will have to flee, otherwise they die. Izirayd, why did you switch out of fleas completely? You're going into assaults, skirmishers, everything, and you completely forgot about the fleas, it seems. Also, these fleas with a couple of venoms will now probably take down economy. I guess these fleas just have a hard time hitting the wind generation, not sure. So up here they will probably die. Yep, looks like it. Over here, Venom's moving in for Izirayd, stunning the enemy Venom. But these two are still roaming around. Over here, 3 fleas, those aren't going to do a lot because there are fleas here as well. But just to be honest, I believe that if Izirayd would have kept up a couple of fleas, ooh, that's airplane plant with already like 4 ravens. Scary, scary. Looks like this is currently heading into Godde's win. I'm not sure what Izirayd can realistically do in order to counter him now. Although, stunning ravens is a good idea, because then they can't really drop their bombs. And because, well, you didn't have any dedicated anti-air, it's probably the best way to take it down. Take the air units down. Although, of course, well, you're almost back at 100% in the attrition counter, but more economy going down for Izirayd. Still not got those 3 metal extractors all back up. Not these. In front, these are not yours anymore. These aren't. Yeah, I highly doubt this is going to work out. Actually, Redback coming out right now. Not sure why. I guess against the Venoms. But I'm not sure if that's useful. Also, finally, someone who is facing air units, gunships or airplanes, and actually getting up anti-air. Finally. We've seen people die to just Locust so many times just because they refuse to get up anti-air. And here most of the units do die. And there we go, Chainsaw attacking, but Chainsaw almost dying. Not yet. Okay, so what I wanted to say a little bit earlier on, and I forgot if I actually did, is that if Izirayd had just kept up its fleet production, it may have been able to raid these places. I mean, look, no defense, no defense, no defense, and no defense. And not here either. And even just running behind, this is one you can take out without any defenses. Being close enough to make sure you don't. Also, I think it's a bit sloppy that Izirayd is just floating so much metal. Of course, in this case, it was because the caretakers are boosting the chainsaw, for instance, repairing it, also building more storage. I guess in this case I do agree, because you just keep floating so much, which is really wasteful. But of course that already means that, well, you invest into something that doesn't really do anything apart from keeping you from wasting metal. And a geothermal is coming up, alright. That's the first. I'm kinda surprised Godde didn't. I mean, they are struggling for energy as well. Fusionals, well, I think you're just spreading yourself too thin now, Izirayd. Just focus on one thing, I guess. A little annoying that the energy from wind is low right now, but it's time to call it. Your factory is going to go down. GG, resign. So, well done that you made it this far into the video. Consider watching the video in your lower left. But that's all I'm going to have for you today, and I'll see you in another video. Bye. Up until halfway it was relatively even.